Working out, honestly, is about 40%, if 30% of the whole ratio. The other 70 or 60% would be actually what you eat. What you consume plays a huge significant part as to how your body is able to digest and break down certain foods to either build muscle or rid yourself of fat. Greetings and welcome to Tea Vybz Tribe Podcast. My name is Amaru and this is my wonderful wife, Shana.
Thank you, handsome. And we are Our Essence of Serenity. And again, this is our podcast where we like to sip our tea and invite you to the table for various conversations. Would you like to tell the people what we're sipping on?
Today we're sipping on cherry blossom green tea.
And we would like to thank our very close friend Amber who got us these I guess we should call them like our tea mugs since we really don't drink coffee. She got us these as anniversary gifts. And also, let me give this disclaimer to TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. This is not alcohol that we have in here. They keep giving us, what do you call those strikes? Talking about is alcohol. And also, one thing that we should have done months ago is, because of the quality of our vlogs that you all are able to see, and what has made it so much easier is also a very close friend of ours, Gilbert, who gifted us with the GoPro camera. So we also would like to thank Gilbert for that. So would you like to tell the people not what we're sipping on, but what we'll be talking about? You could tell I'm tired.
As Shana just said, we greatly appreciate y'all, the love and support and, the dedication that y'all put towards our vision and, keeping that love alive, rather.
Yes.
But so today's topic is going to be quick. It's, we're around that time of the year where a lot of people, focused on how they look as far as making sure that body right, getting in bathing suits and whatnot.
What were you saying, getting that booty tight?
I mean, that too. I mean, whatever you out there trying to get, look,
whatever your goals
are. I'm going to give y'all some pointers as to certain things that aren't really touched on enough when it comes to getting to those key core values of getting to where you need to be with those results. And that being knowing that working out, honestly, is about 40%, if 30% of the whole ratio. The other 70 or 60% would be actually what you eat. What you consume plays a huge significant part as to how your body is able to digest and break down certain foods to either build muscle or rid yourself of fat. Another thing that I want to touch on is the fact that you have to incorporate protein, a good source of protein. A lot of people think that meat is a good source of protein, and don't get me wrong, it has its benefits, but it's more so dead protein. What you want is something as live protein, something that has a high vibrational charge towards things that you consume. Case in point, the strongest animal in the world is a gorilla, and what does it eat? It only eats plants. It only eats fruits and vegetables. So,
and for those of you that don't know what high vibrationally charged is, because some of you may not also know that we're also a spiritual channel, but it's just like what my husband just named off, stuff like plants, eating lettuce and stuff like that. Right. I know for me, if you're someone who you know realistically every day you're not getting all the nutrients that you need from the food that you consume. I know I take a multivitamin every day. Find you something that works for you. If you know that you're not going to be able to put together this very lavish smoothie every morning, then maybe do that every now and then, but stick to something that you know that you will be able to be consistent with. And if the smoothie is a thing, then just make sure that you incorporate that and that you are consistent with that. So before we go any further, let's hear a quick word from our sponsors.
Our sponsors for today are Zenful Vibes, a holistic aspect of Our Essence of Serenity. In today's product, we will be presenting the Elixir. This is a natural concoction that consists of a vast amount of earthly properties infused with both healing and rejuvenating the cellular structure of our unique anatomy. With the assistance of the ancestors and holistic dedication, it is confidently assured to aid and produce miraculous results. This natural compound has been supercharged with high vibrational energy
to provide healing properties as far as eliminating pain. This should only be applied as external use only. It should not be taken orally. There are 2 variations of this elixir. You have the regular, which consists of mimosa bark, arnica, bee oil, and peppermint oil. And then you have the premium, which is more profound, more potent, and more powerful, which consists of everything of the regular, but it also contains snake oil. For more information about this product, please visit our website, Our Essence of Serenity.net, under the tab Zenful Vibes Holistic Products.
Hey, and we back in that thing. So going off of what she was just saying, yeah, those superfoods, foods that are supercharged, high vibrational, getting absorption from the sun, those type of things that build what you're trying to work towards rather than try to tear down or deteriorate. Another thing that you should also focus on is not always the protein. It's also the amino acids that you consume, because that also plays a significant part towards building muscle, which technically rids of fat. It has more weight than fat, but if you're trying to get rid of fat, turning it into muscle is the best way to go about that.
So let me ask you, and then for those of you who don't know, my husband is my personal trainer. For years, I was like the size of a toothpick. And then when you get older, you get some happy weight. So my husband has been my personal trainer for the last year consistently.
And she been getting it in.
So let me ask you, for someone who they want to incorporate exercise, because like you said, from how you explained it, exercise and how you eat basically go hand in hand. Let's say, because if you don't have a busy schedule, then it's simple. You have the time to work out. But for someone who may not have the time, maybe due to the fact that they have children, they work a full-time job plus a side hustle or something, or school, what can you suggest to them that will allow them to be able to get some type of exercise in to where they can actually see the benefits? And not just something if you're just trying to maintain your weight.
No, I get you. Honestly, it's the dedication. You got to make that time. So even if it is something that's based off a busy schedule, find time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You'd be surprised on consistency, because that really is the key. Getting your body used to a regimen to where it's like, okay, we're working out at this time and we're eating this at this time. So, and you also want to factor in fasting, because I've gotten to a point to where I need to work more on the meals that I consume throughout a daily basis.
What you mean? Because you...
Well, only eat 1 meal a day.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Because my body's so used to...
I thought you were saying cutting back.
Oh, okay. No. My body's so used to eating 1 meal a day that most of the time, like it's like a 24-hour fast. And it's not like I'm depriving myself. I don't feel anxious. I don't feel hungry at times. Like my body's used to it, because when you fast, you're actually healing. And that's what a lot of people also don't realize. When you're constantly eating things, it's like a conveyor belt. Your body's trying to break these things down to where it's like...
It doesn't have enough time.
It doesn't have enough time to heal, exactly.
And then you get all types of illnesses as well. Yep. Because even though they say the body should flush itself out, it should, but... that's not always the case for some people.
No.
Go ahead. But I was just going to throw in a quick suggestion. I remember years ago, one of my aunts, my Aunt Barbara, told me that if you're sitting there watching TV, especially if you want to work on your core, then you can do something like holding in your stomach, releasing, holding, releasing. So let's say if you're at work, you can do that. So, just think of certain things that you would do during a workout, and think of ways in which you can incorporate that while, you're doing your day-to-day tasks. So
I strongly agree. So yeah, being mindful of what you eat. Sugars play a big part. Processed foods play a big part. And nowadays it's really hard to find something that's actually natural, because you could go the whole plant-based route, but is it actually plant-based? Where are you getting it from? What's your source? There's a lot of things that factor into it, but being mindful that working out for 3 hours every day isn't going to get you necessarily where you want to be, because one, you need time for resting, and you might be pushing your body too hard. So also factor in, okay, what else can I include when it comes to what I'm being observant towards when I work out and getting that body that I'm looking for.
And 2 things. One is, I know it's always a debate of, are we actually eating real food? Also, is it actually nutritious? Do not drive yourself crazy with that. I'm spiritual, but so a lot of spiritual people the way we view things is kind of different from religious people. But one of the things that I hold near and dear before I eat my food, I speak what I want from my food. Yeah. And you just have to believe that the words that you speak can overpower whatever it is that you're actually eating or whatnot. Also, when you mentioned, that was something that you mentioned, but I lost my train of thought with this, so you can go ahead.
No, I agree with you. I mean, and your intentions are everything. You speak in that love. They call it soul food for a reason. It isn't based off the food type. It's based off what was put in the food when it was being made. So when you speak your prayers, speak your high vibrational words over your food, you'll feel a significant difference as you're eating it.
And one thing also to keep in mind, this is something my husband had to explain to me. You may find that you've been working out. You've also been trying to incorporate certain things in your diet to help you when it comes to your body goals. And you step on the scale and you like, okay, what's going on? And one of the things that he had to, which is something that I knew prior, but he had to remind me because I was just in denial. Like, no, that can't be what it is. It gotta be that I'm not actually, my body is not actually progressing in the way that I feel it should or that I see that it is. But muscle also, depending on your workout that you're doing, you may find that you step on the scale and like it can come off that you're bigger than what you was when you first started, but it may just be because your body is developing more muscle. Yeah. So yeah,
because my baby, she been getting it in. Yeah. So it's definitely showing in the sense to where you can tell that she's been putting that work in. And like she said, when she gets on that scale, it could be discouraging, but don't let that be discouraging. See where your body is. Find out what your body fat is. Mm-hmm. Fat. What your body fat
That's what I thought I was being when I stepped
with
on
your
the
body mass. That's what I was trying to say at the same time.
Yeah.
What your body mass is. Factor in what your end goal, what are you trying to get at? Mm-hmm. And that's another thing I wanted to bring to your attention as far as, maintaining. Mm-hmm. It's one thing to get to it, but it's another thing to actually maintain it. So hopefully while you're working out, you are putting a regimen together to where you're learning your body and knowing what it takes to keep what you've earned and worked so hard to get. So yeah.
And before we close out, let's put this disclaimer out there. Let your body goals be based off what's goals for you.
That part.
You got so many people that look the same when it comes to these surgeries. And I'm not knocking people that get surgeries, but just make sure that even if you are someone that's getting surgery, make sure that if it's you working out, getting surgery, however it is that you are accomplishing your body goals, that is based off of what you want for yourself and not what society has told you. Right. Should be what you work towards. So at this time, we would like to invite you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when we post content. Also, make sure that you select the all so that you can be notified when we post all of our content. Make sure that you like this video, share, comment. If you are intrigued by what you see with me and my sweetness, you can check out our official website down in the description down below. Am I missing anything?
I think you hit it.
So until next time, you all take care. And what do they need to do, handsome? Get your body right and keep it tight.
Love yourself, view yourself through your own lenses, and stay lifted.
All righty.